Welcome, guys. Today I'll be showing you one of my most recent vulnerability I exploited, which is cPanel and web host authentication bypass, which has been ravaging the internet for a while now. If you are familiar with the web development doing, you understand and you will know, you'll be familiar. The name cPanel will ring a bell, and web host manager. So just look at cPanel as um, as the host, as major, as one of the most used hosts in web hosting, and web host manager handles it. So it's just like having a kingdom and with keys to different sub kingdoms. So that's just where the way web host manager is. So it houses other cPanels and the rest. So once you're able to have access to the web host manager, you have access to plethora of cPanel accounts and the rest of them. So I won't be wasting much time on the theoretical aspect of it. I will drop this link so that you can always go back to this link to check and you understand how the vulnerability works and the rest of them. So it is very you should know that this vulnerability has been patched. So I had to wait until the vulnerability has been patched before I release this video. So if we look at it, these are the affected version and the patched one. So any cPanel or WHM, which is web host manager, that is still making use of this particular version, it is vulnerable. So let's get started so that we can see how this stuff is being exploited. So as I said earlier on, it has the procedure. First the session, the load, it loads, and then the encode. So just go through this through this description, through this link, then you understand how you understand in details how this vulnerability came into effect. So let's quickly get started. So first is we'll be making use of a tool called cPanel Sniper. Yes, this, and again we'll make use of showdown. Showdown is an asset search engine. Then we have we'll make use of zoom. Yes. So this cPanel Sniper is the main script we'll be using to to have access to um to exploit this vulnerability. So it's very easy to install. So on your Linux or your Windows environment, ensure you have Python. So all you have to do is just to copy this link, then you paste in your terminal. But for me, I'm using WSL Ubuntu. So let me clear this. So that's that has been installed. So now what we just make use of Shodan for here is to get IP addresses and to get assets of WHM and CM and cPanels. So what we have to do is okay, I've done that before. cPanel port 8080. You should know that when you have port 2087, that's the web host manager. While for port 2083 is for the cPanel. So let me quickly show you how we can go about that. So you can, once you visit any website at all, you once you just attach or append them /cPanel to it. Majorly most websites have that, so you can just do that to check. So okay, here we have many IP addresses. So let's try this. So this is web host manager. So you can see that this is still active. Sorry, please, a very quick one, please don't try this if you don't have explicit um if you don't have an explicit authorization to test this asset. It is very, very wrong, and you can get into trouble for doing that. So let's close this. We don't need this. So now we'll come back to our cPanel sniper. So here you can see servers by countries. We have United States, we have Germany, we have Canada, and the rest of them. And you should know that we have most of these cPanel are on shared hosting, where we have InMotion, Namecheap, Postpapa, Google, Trust, and the rest of them. So you can make use of this to see different web host companies and the rest of them. So let's go. So let's try for InMotion. So you can see there is just 123 results here, and then it's not really it's not really much like that for us to make use of InMotion. So let's try this. All I have to do is just to copy link, yes please. So this is how this is the usage of the tool cPanel sniper. So let's try that cPanel sniper -u. Then our target. Let's see if it's vulnerable. And that's sorry. We're supposed to have Python 3. Okay, while that is going through, we can check other assets. So I've checked really most of all this, and most of them are patched. And so since most of them are patched here, that's why I pivot to Zoom. So before you can make use of this, you have to sign up. So most definitely when you sign up or when you arrive on this page, you'll be asked to sign up on this. So just sign up with your details, and then you have access to Zoom. So it's almost the same command. So you can see that this is having more, it has more asset and more endpoints for us to test, which is 26,000, and the rest of over 26,000. So and for shutdown, you can't, it is limited to about 10, which for me is limited. And then so let's just go to Zoom High. Here we'll just change it to 50 per page. That makes sense. I'm not interested in this. So I'm already having over 50 IP address per page. I will just use an extension called link golfer to extract all the links. So I already have all the IP addresses. All I have to do is to copy them. Which is Control C. Then paste in my hype. So I already have a compiled list already of IP addresses, which this is just the same way I got them. So the first page, I will do this. The second page, like that. So once you arrive on the page, use the link on file extension. I will also attach the link in the description. So link offer also extract domains only. So once you do that, you copy and then append in a text file. So you can also use should and go through it one by one after the other. Then you can report it if you're able to get any, or you can also use zoom high. So since we are done with this, or this can close this tab. Yes, then go for okay. So now what other thing we are going to do now is just here now. So first I have to ls. Okay, so I have to use nano ip.txt so that I can just copy the IP addresses into this folder. Okay, thank you. That's all. So now let's confirm again. Okay, yes. So now we are going to go back. When you look at it here, these are the usages. The reason I'm coming back here is for you to know the usages, how you can make use of it. As you have the guide here. So let me just copy, then paste. Don't forget, IP text is not target, so we have to edit that is ip.txt. So let's wait while that is exploiting. So this will take a while. So while we are doing that, you can also use my tool, which is shared the Vessel app, to scan for for web host manager. So it's a very comprehensive doc with lot of payload. So I don't have energy to start scrolling down, so I'll just use the search feature, which is control find the page. Okay, yes, cPanel. Exactly. So in your cPanel, let's open that. So let's remove this because we are trying to go around the whole internet, not restricted to a particular website. In your cPanel, we can also try in title cPanel. Exactly. So you can see this is cPanel login. So once you click on it, I won't be clicking on it because I don't have explicit access or permission to do that. But once you go through it, you can just play around the operators, then you'll be able to get you could be lucky because Google crawl very a vast amount of data. So let's see if our guy is done scanning. Okay, it's still scanning. So let's wait. And while we are waiting for that, please if you are new on this channel, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that when I drop new videos you will be notified. And please also like my video, and if there's any vulnerability you would like me to display or to show you, just use the comment section so that I can work on it and get it across. Okay, good boy. So Wow. So you can see we have 8 vulnerable targets. Eight, 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 eight. So let's start. So you can see this version is unknown. It is license. Probably the license has been expired, or it has been revoked. So let's copy this. No. Okay, let me open the results in my notes tab so that I won't have to come here. So but before that, let's copy this. Okay, so this time around we are going to use view this hyphen action share. So let's reload this. So this is my ws of my Linux directory. So cPanel sniper. So this is the results in JSON. So let me open that. That will be easier for us to always come back to. As you can see, we're already in this in the shell, in the web shell of this asset. So let's try whoami. So you can see root asset. So there are a lot of things you can do in this in this in this piece. So let's save up. So you can see what you can do in this with this script in this assets. So you can create add admin, which is you can use to create a backdoor, not admin, sorry. So once you have add admin, add admin, you can say join, and the password is +123. Once you click that, that's already backdoor for you, but I'll be clicking enter as I said earlier, because this is not my I'm not here to exploit this server in details, because I do not own it. So we have tried that, so let's try other other one. So I will have to exit this. So let's go back and get over assets. So we have done this. Let's pick this. So let's try this. So these two is also, we are in here also. Oh, am I? So you are in. This is another target. So if you look at it, you can see that their names are different. So these are targets that are yet to upload the patch. So I will exit that also. So we are in also. So let's exit. So once you have this, so I think let's pick one more, very last one, so that we can call it a wrap. Then So sorry, close. So we are in also for this. Thank you very much for this for your time. See you in the next video.